Hello, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Seattle by Night.
By night, by night, by night, by night.
It is both my honor and sad privilege to tell you that we have reached Seattle by Night, Season 2, the final episode. Episode 8, entitled Dying Days.
Oh, man.
Oh.
It's interesting because I choose these titles well in advance, and yet they always seem to be appropriate, don't they?
That's quite right.
Before we begin the dying, I'd like to give our vampires an opportunity to introduce themselves to you. Would you be so kind as to lead us off? I know, it's always sad
It's the
to
last
come to the
time.
end of this
It's
chronicle.
It's
I
not
don't-
goodbye.
I
It's
don't
just
like it.
see you later.
See you later, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jasmine, that bronze girl. Bhullar.
Good energy for this episode.
Off to a roaring start.
Yeah.
Speaking of roaring, I'm from that roaring era of American history where loss becomes all too familiar. I am a bootlegger turned legit, and more importantly, a Lasombra.
Proudly so, I think.
Proudly so, because otherwise I would act like these jackasses.
Oh dear.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, very proudly Lasombra.
Yeah, not out of the doghouse yet, I take it.
Not a Brujah. I don't know what
Ew.
those Brujahs be doing.
Disgusting.
Those Brujahs.
Gross.
Who are you and what Brujah are you playing?
I am Enrique Rico Suarez. I am disgusting. I'm a Brujah. But I'm not happy about being a Brujah.
No.
It's the part of my kindred heritage that sneaks up on me and on Rico, and it never leaves a good taste in his mouth when it takes him by surprise.
Sometimes literally.
Literally, yes. Because before becoming kindred, he was a ghoul to a Lasombra mentor.
Yeah.
But all that gets wiped away.
But he wasn't good
Yes.
enough to get embraced.
He was really good.
He was. That doesn't.
It's pretty good.
We shall see.
Yes. I am Mike Krahulik, a.k.a. Gabe. I'm playing Tom Hollandaise, the tattoo artist / vampire, new vampire, learning about it. Learned a lot last episode.
About guns?
About guns and how they work. Yeah. And I'm a Toreador, but I'm on my way to becoming it, really understanding what it means to be a Toreador. Also, I created Penny Arcade and PAX alone.
Alone.
Alone,
Wow.
solo. That's
Single-handedly.
quite
I
an
did.
achievement.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dark in
That's what I said to your mom last night.
Oh, his mom! Oh shit!
Where was it dark inside?
That's what she said.
Wow.
I'm Jerry, but I'm also, I would say that I'm probably more Jamison keen than Jerry in the aggregate. I am a Nosferatu whose ultimate fantasy, his ambition, is to disappear completely. And I am well on my way.
Thank you all very much. I'm Jason Carl, your storyteller. And now that we've met our vampires, it's time to remind everyone that being a vampire story, this is also a horror story. The players and I have chosen to use a system of lines and veils in order to make sure that everyone feels safe and comfortable at the table.
Is that Jerry?
And we, is that true, Jerry? Do you feel uncomfortable?
No. The reason why I like this system is because Vampire gets into some stuff,
It does.
and I want to be able to get into that stuff at the table, but it has to be done safely, so I like the system.
That is precisely why we do it, and that's why we check in with each other between episodes to calibrate those safety tools.
True.
In addition to the safety tools, we use the rule of cool. Occasionally, we will abrogate rules to favor the flow of story or narrative from time to time, which I think is always fun if used at a dramatically appropriate moment.
Abrogate is like that. That's a very good choice.
It's a favorite. It's a
Speed
favorite.
up,
It's
I
a favorite.
assume?
It's a
I know
favorite word.
context clues, but I've
It's a
never
favorite
heard
word.
that. Abrogate?
It's a type of reptile.
Yeah, with the
It's a stone.
the
It's a
sail
precious
on the
stone.
back. Yeah.
It's my birthstone, actually.
Oh, really? Congratulations. Get a little ring, an abrogate on it.
It's also my great honor to remind you that what you're watching in this chronicle is
real.
only the names have been changed to protect the guilty.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
All of this
Gentlemen?
happened
Yes.
in Seattle. It's all real.
The Masquerade, what of it? Thanks a lot.
Is that old thing?
Yeah, that first tradition, just meaningless. And throw that plot right
The
out.
last episode silly.
This whole time, Jasmine's just been this blurry image on the feed, just with the glasses.
Oh yeah, every episode.
Yes.
All right, sorry.
I would actually pay to see that.
That would be great.
Yeah, it'd be a long 2 hours though. Yeah.
Sorry.
Not at all. Not at all. I do want to remind us all, though, that this Vampire the Masquerade tabletop game is closely related to the other games in the family of Vampire, including Bloodlines 2, the video game that we will all be playing in the not too distant future. This is, in fact, in a way of speaking, a preview, a prelude to some of the events that will be familiar to you when you play Bloodlines 2. A prequel.
Prequel.
Prequelling.
Yes. It's
Yes,
getting
we
quelled
are
early.
prequelling.
Yep.
Yes,
Pre.
exactly.
Issue 0.
Let's recap. Oh dear.
We don't have to.
Yeah, I mean,
I
remember.
tempting though it may be, I think just a quick refresher, quick one, is in order. Having accomplished your most immediate and major goal of discovering finally the whereabouts of the ghoul Wendell, dead, devoured underground by some hideous creature
Atomized.
in the Seattle underground. You have regrouped. You had an interesting evening at the Haven of Betty Lancaster. Got to know a little bit more about one another in the course of the night.
Everyone was very respectful
Throughout.
throughout.
Had a visit from Evangeline.
Yes.
She was very, very impressed with the way that you accomplished this task, and she's arranged to put the ribbon on it by making sure that you can meet with Jerry, who is the kindred that actually set this all in motion, by asking you to find Wendell. You're due to meet Jerry at your favorite haunt, Sizzler. Is that like an Applebee's?
I don't know if they still have Sizzlers anymore. I don't think
do.
they exist.
I don't think they're still here.
It's like an Applebee's if Applebee's was a steakhouse and it had a really good
We have
sound
a
bar.
Buffet,
We
right?
still have them.
Yeah.
We have them in Riverside.
You have Sizzlers?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
man.
still
Oh, okay.
We
Right.
don't have them.
in Riverside.
A Sherry's Pies, perhaps.
Oh, God, a Sherry.
All was going well, or moderately well, until something unfortunate happened. In the course of retrieving your Camaro, which you had left parked
Yes.
at Ivor's Salmon House in
Yes.
Portage Bay,
Yes.
you ran into some trouble. Almost literally ran into some trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You found people, mortals, presumably, ransacking your Camaro.
Yeah.
You got into it with them, and as it turns out, they were not entirely ignorant, it seems, of your kindred nature.
No,
they knew what was
accused
up.
us. Yeah.
Who and what they were remains unknown, but there was a violent altercation. Unfortunately, there were witnesses. Police arrived. You made your escape without having to deal with law enforcement and regrouped at Bertram House, your haven in the Ballard neighborhood.
Welcome.
Tom, feeling more than peckish,
Yes.
decided to replenish his nourishment.
I had to go get a bite to eat.
And unfortunately, you saw on the local news yourself. But not alone.
Or someone who looked very much like me.
But not alone,
Yeah.
because
Somebody
Enrique
that
was
looks
there
like
too.
a generic 6-foot bearded, dark-haired guy.
The
There's
newscast that you
Diamond
saw,
does,
yeah.
Any one of them.
Probably dark.
The newscast you saw connected you to the violent events at the restaurant. Police would like information leading to your location and whereabouts in questioning for the crimes of assault. Not a good place for Kindred to be.
No.
Is there anything that you needed to do here at the tattoo parlor before we move the scene back to Bertram House?
Get out.
Yep. Nope.
Great plan.
Get ahead.
Good plan. Good plan. Yep. So moving with speed back to the communal haven. I think we can take it as read, Jamison Keene. Correct me if I am wrong, though,
Indeed.
that you have imparted the secret of the electronic security system to them.
Oh,
Do
absolutely.
they know how to get back in?
Yeah.
Or do they have to knock?
No, it's a recent. I made a few recent additions, of course, to the security system.
So Betty has to knock, just Betty, because she can't interact with the touchscreens. This just adds more salt to my wounds.
It's just harder. It's made it harder for Betty a little bit. But beyond that, the most important thing is that they've all been introduced to Mr. Crowley, which means that they can enter in safety and leave whole.
I'm glad you brought that up, because when you do re-enter Bertram House, Mr. Crowley, that 6 foot tall golden statue of the giraffe
That we pushed
that
into a
you
corner.
pushed into a corner and turned around so it wouldn't face the door, is facing the door.
Oh, I don't like that.
And the eyes of the statue slide inexorably in your direction.
Mr. Crowley.
He likes you. Crowley?
The eyes return to their proper positions.
All right, well,
We've been friends lo these many years. Pat, pat, pat.
You are in the relative safety of Bertram House.
first thing I do is I go down to where I've been staying, and I'm changing out of these very, very easily identifiable clothes that have been very comfortable and very wonderful. And I like the way they made me feel, but now I must go back to my regular t-shirt jeans thing.
Tradition.
Tradition.
Honestly, the fact that I had done you up in such a bizarre anachronism is probably for the best. That ended up being a great idea. I was just trying to be a bro.
Well, it worked. I loved the way it made me feel. It changed something on the outside. Putting that on does do something to the inside, and
As I've suggested.
and I'll let the two of them know. So yes, there were people videotaping the incident at the parking lot, and we're on the news. So the public is being made aware of us. I'm sure we all
Shocked.
saw that coming.
And then
I'm
as soon as
thunderstruck.
he gets done with that, Tom comes and goes, "We were on the news, you guys."
I just put a centering hand
Oh,
on Betty's shoulder. Just
who could have predicted this twist of events?
Well, no one.
you could have, dear.
I know.
I'm changing my clothes.
You're
I'll
changing
change
out of
too,
your tire. Are you going to change into something more familiar?
Yeah, some of the sportswear
Yeah.
that he has on hand.
Okay. So not back to the
You can
cargo
flip right
shorts,
back to,
t-shirt.
You can also flip right back
Crocs.
to.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
actually-
thinking about Evangeline.
I'm
Are you
thinking
done
about
with
it. I'm thinking about Evangeline, but I think that after my experience tonight, I need to feel comfortable. So I'm back to cargo shorts, Crocs, and just a t-shirt.
Just a t-shirt.
The Christmas Crocs or normal ones?
Christmas Crocs, because I'm festive.
Christmas Crocs. It is. It is the season.
It is.
Fa la la and all that.
Yeah.
It's diegetic.
Indeed, it is, as you can see.
The clothes that I was
Type 2
wearing,
diegetic.
I'm folding them up really nicely,
Okay.
neatly.
No bullet holes in those.
No, they're good. And I'll take them back to Betty.
As you come back up out of the thought hole, you realize where Betty's little sleeping area is. The Lego rocket you carefully placed there has been thrown against your coffin, and it might be, it's not broken, but a few of the pieces, as Legos are wont to do, they haven't been taken care of the way you took care of those clothes.
Clearly, Betty had a hard time putting it back together. As a Lego expert,
Yeah.
As a Lego maniac.
yes, exactly. I look down and I just shake my head, and I'm just like, oh, it's okay. Not all of us have spatial awareness. So I collect the pieces, and rather than putting them back together, I actually take it apart more, because now this is going to be an activity that I can't wait to do with someone else.
So you're going to. Is this
Not completely, but just halfway done.
stopping to do this right now? Is this indicative of something in Enrique's nature? Is this calming for you in some way? Is this a way of dealing with the stress of the night?
Absolutely.
Or is this just some sort of compulsion that you can't?
It's probably a mix.
Stop.
The Lego rocket is actually something that belonged to my nephew from many years
Your
ago.
mortal nephew. Okay.
Oh,
I see.
isn't
So
this
it
how you
has
can still
sentimental
play?
value.
You can still play with him this way, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the sense, there's something there's a certain kind of gratification that when you read somebody write, especially a young child, and you give them something that they respond to so fully, so joyously. There's something gratifying about getting that part of that person right.
A gift well loved. There's nothing like it. It's incredible.
So I'll leave it half undone.
Okay.
And bring the half of the rocket and the chunk of the pieces. I'll kind of put them in my shirt so they're kind of basketed, and I'll bring them back up to the main level, and set them down kind of near the bar, not on the bar, but maybe like on the bottom
near
part.
the bar.
Yeah,
Maybe
on the
near
bottom
the
part of the bar.
All right. Tom, your phone rings or buzzes, depending on what. I don't know if you have special ringtones for
probably
people,
have
or
it
does
on.
it have it on
Yeah,
buzz?
buzz.
Yeah, it just buzzes.
Okay.
Evangeline is calling. She isn't texting.
Oh. Hello?
Tom, are you all right?
Oh, yes. Listen, I'm good. I'm safe.
Do you know what's happening? Did you just hang up?
Oh, no, I just didn't want to pretend to hold the phone anymore.
Just checking.
When you pantomime, you must commit to it the whole time.
I was not committed to the bit. I'm sorry.
I thought, should the storyteller interpret this as
No.
Bye.
dismissal? I'm not
great.
sure. It's like, I'm not sure if Evangeline should answer. Do you know what's happened? I'm shocked.
I am just as angry and shocked as you are.
Well, good, I guess. Look, is the steakhouse going to be safe to meet at?
Yes, my friend
Are you sure?
Jamison seems to have it pretty well under control there.
It sounds like a terrible risk for you.
I mean,
Can you really afford to be seen in public right now?
can I?
Yeah, he doesn't really know, does he?
Tom, where are you?
I'm at Jamison's house.
All right. Let's meet at the steakhouse.
Now you feel, hey, look at me.
Mr. Crowley.
Now you feel what my pain. Now you feel it. Sit with that.
Let's meet at the steakhouse, but please try not to be seen when you go into that. Can you still use that private room?
Back entrance.
We can use the private room,
Yeah.
and I will come in disguise.
I don't know whether or not I feel reassured by that, but try not to be seen. Maybe use the back entrance and let Jamison know it's very, very important that you and your associate, Enrique, not be viewed in public right now.
I will pass that message along, and I will see you tonight, I assure you.
You seem awfully calm for someone who's in trouble.
Yes, I guess I'm sort of coming to learn just how much trouble I am in.
Oh my. I'll see you soon, Tom.
Okay,
Be careful, please.
Yes.
Promise me you'll be careful?
promise.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll take them into the alley back entrance.
Well, hold on. Was there ever a point where you might have tried to get some sort of head of hair? Like, do you have any wigs or anything? Because Tom is bald. I'm wondering if I could get like...
I'm sure that I have a couple options, just because, there had to be a period of time where Mask of a Thousand Faces is
Right.
a relatively recent new trick I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be a couple other attempts.
You weren't embraced into it.
Yeah, exactly.
sure.
And so, no, I've got a couple options. I got a red, blonde.
Ooh, like a long blonde. my
How? I almost am fearful to ask. What's the quality and disposition of these hair pieces?
I have to get them out.
They've been in storage.
Yes, exactly. They've been in repose, essentially.
Mothballed.
Exactly.
Perhaps.
And so they are
Smells great.
redolent, of course.
Smells wonderful.
Yes.
That unique mothball. I'm not sure exactly what that chemical is, but
Yeah.
it is pungent and distinct.
Anti-moth.
Anti-moth.
And so, yeah.
And like nothing covers it too.
It
I
is almost
shake the blonde
impossible
one
to
out.
disguise.
Yeah, and it's just little curly, curly wisps.
Like cherubic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Would you say this hairstyle would be from what era? 60s, 70s?
This is like some Doctor Who shit. If
looks
I'm imagining it right.
Yeah. But it also looks like it would be at home on a Roman statue.
So short curly
Tight
locks,
crops,
tight
short
crops,
curls.
yeah.
Is this from your
So is
Caesar's Palace days?
Surfer, Greek Roman statue.
Okay.
Yeah, I perched that on top of my
On top
head.
of your head.
And I I look for something maybe in the turtleneck.
Oh, just
Something
to
to cover up all the
Just to
neck
cover up.
tattoos and the
Okay.
arms.
So to be somewhat less distinctive.
Yeah. We'll get these rolled out. We'll pop the collar up out of it.
Yeah. Well, you were wearing attire that had long sleeves
Yes,
and
yeah.
long pants. So I don't know that your tattoos were
Okay.
very visible. Maybe if there's something above your collar,
Yeah. A
Yeah.
tiny
perhaps,
bit,
a tiny
unfortunately.
bit. But I'm not
I have
sure
green
that
flames going up my neck.
I'm not sure.
Green flames.
He does. Like,
It's true though.
I'm not sure that that's part of the description that they have of you yet.
okay.
No.
Well, I definitely want to do the hair because they saw a bald guy, a big bald guy, and now
for
they
sure.
see a big blonde guy.
Okay.
I'd like to change my appearance a little.
What do you attempt to do?
So, question out of game. If I were to cut my hair or shave my beard, it'll last the night until I
night,
wake
right?
up the next.
That is correct. When you awake from the day sleep, it will have regrown.
Then I'm going to take scissors or anything that you have, clippers of any sort. I don't know if you have clippers, but I'm going to basically get rid of my beard.
Going to shave your beard.
That's gonna be.
It's a really weird sensation. You haven't done. How long has it been since you have done this?
I've done it. I've had to do it before.
You've had to do it since becoming kindred.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not that unfamiliar
No,
to
it's
you.
not that unfamiliar.
So,
I'm not that. I know it's coming back, so it's
Yeah.
not that
temporary.
tragic.
it does alter your appearance significantly, though. You
Yes.
look like a very different
Totally
person
different
without the
person.
facial hair.
I have two mouths, it turns out. One right here.
Yeah.
No.
When you see him next, without the beard, it's a striking change.
Where'd your dad go?
He laughs like I did. He does look younger. Yeah, almost as if, he's 20 years younger. Well, this is what it looks like when I have
Oh,
that. I know. It's true.
I didn't realize you have such a weak chin.
I mean, this thing?
I'm just gonna just hold your cheek in my hand, just gentle turn left and right.
He's not shy about it.
Yeah, I think it's marvelous, Beatrice.
No.
It looks good.
I mean, I forgive you because I understand your clan.
Yeah, but
can't
my chin-
really,
listen, you talk about a
can't,
weak
you can't do
chin.
much about it,
It
but
hangs down to here.
this is a horrible look.
Is it really?
Next time you should just keep a
Well,
low
I did
profile.
it only to try to impress you. I'm so sad right now.
You really don't know how to impress me, do you?
I don't, but I'll keep
Beatrice-
trying, and every time I
This
fail,
is not the way.
that's perfectly fine.
This is a step backward.
As long as you keep looking at me, it's okay.
What? No one's nice to me, Jamie. I don't have to be nice either now.
She doesn't have to be nice to me, gentlemen.
When he awakes,
It'll be back, and I await that eagerly because I have to look at this, and it's horrible.
hold that
You don't
in your
have
heart,
to look,
Beatrice.
although you keep turning to look, but you don't have
That's
to.
because you stare at me freakishly in all the mirrors, and nobody talks about it.
Oh yes.
But that's,
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's been happening since,
that is absolutely not
since
true.
night one.
No.
And every rear view mirror and everything
I
is
have
always in the back seat.
I get
Not even
myself.
once.
I get myself
None.
out,
leering at me.
and I say the words, "Bring." Oh, excuse me. My phone just rang. It indicated to me that it is time for us to make our acquaintance with Evangeline this evening. Now,
Oh, yay.
if the caterwauling has reached its zenith,
That's a fun ringtone.
this old thing,
Yeah, it was cute.
right in the pocket, and I will lead us out.
Yes, the back way, perhaps.
Yes.
Fortunately, the restaurant, the what was it called, Del Monte's, I believe.
DiMartino's.
DiMartino's.
DiMartino's. Thank you for reminding me. It's in the same block, so it's barely a few doors away.
No, it should be a quick hustle.
Very, very quick. Little chance of you being recognized in the dark, damp December Seattle night. But in the back door, just in case. Probably you have availed yourself of that entrance more than once.
Well, Marjorie and I have an understanding.
I take it as read that this is Jamison's turf.
It is. This is essentially my haven away from haven.
So you are ushered into the private dining room, which is always available for your pleasure. And it is there you await Evangeline, who is prompt.
I love that.
Jerry is with her. Jerry is wearing a big, dark gray cable knit sweater that's just voluminous. She practically swallows or up almost to the top of her chin.
Oh, like a big fisherman's sweater, like a heavy one.
Exactly, to
Nice.
keep out the winter,
Dude,
the winter cold.
she's Ballard as fuck.
Evangeline is still wearing the immaculate white attire, but she has removed the big white hat for the purposes of this visit. She wastes no time in stepping over to you, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you're all right?
Oh yeah.
If I was any better, I'd be twins.
You seem awfully nonchalant about it all.
I was on the news, and I look pretty cool.
Jamison, I'm so surprised, and I have to admit, sir, I'm a little disappointed. He doesn't seem to understand. I'm.
We've done our best.
I assure you, he understands.
Do you understand, Tom?
I assure you, he doesn't.
I was there when he saw it. The pace with which he exited the place that he saw
Love
that
this.
newscast. It showed me everything I needed to know. He understood. He understands.
Jerry snorts. You guys are in so much fucking trouble. God, I can't believe this. Good thing you found my goal, because wow, after tonight, I don't want to see you people anymore. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you just want to hang out with your drugs?
Yeah, have you tried it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Amazing, right?
It is. It's good stuff.
Can you blame me?
Yeah.
It's
Why is it such a
awesome.
secret, though? Why do you have to?
Well, I mean, thin bloods, nobody likes them. And it's not really cool to be seen palling around with the Duskborn. And who knows how they make that shit. It's got to have blood in it, right? Ooh, I better lower my voice. Door shut, right? Yeah. It's got to have blood in it. So it's one of those things. It's like, don't ask, don't tell, People are willing to do a lot if you look the other way in mortal life. And the same is true of our little night society. You shouldn't ask questions you don't want the answers to, right? Right.
Oh, no,
so
for sure.
who can blame me if I enjoy a hit of the moon? I mean, you should try making art while you're on it.
That's my next plan. That's what I'm going to do.
I got a sculpture to show you that will just blow those tattoos right off your arms.
So how is Evangeline reacting to this conversation between Jerry and Tom? That's where I'm looking.
At first, she's impassive, and then her facial expression changes subtly, and it is very clear through the narrowing of the eyes and the set of her mouth that she does not like the way this conversation is going. And then she interjects, well, I'm sure that's all very fascinating, Jerry, but the reason we're here
Same time
is
as
because
Evangeline.
Tom, touching you on the forearm, proved as good as his word. Your Wendell has been found. Yeah, where is he? Evangeline says you found him. What's the deal? Where do I go? Can I pick him up? Is he hurt?
You told her we found him.
Like I said, Tom, I thought it might be best coming from the kindred who actually performed the service.
Betty.
What? What's wrong? What do you not? What? Where is he?
Wendell's dead.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. He was such a good errand boy.
Tom has his wallet if you would like
some
sort of memento.
I pass over the wallet.
Ah, gross. Did you bite it?
It does have some bite marks on it, yes.
What'd you do that for?
Don't ask, don't tell.
Fair enough. Blah. She opens it up, checks his ID, cries, yeah, this is definitely his wallet.
His wallet, I found it by his, torso.
Oh, torso?
Yeah. He was torn up pretty good.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Who did it?
Well, that information costs extra.
Yeah.
Whoa, says the criminals. Okay, I see how it is.
Only
They're
half
not
of our
criminals.
party is criminals.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, you weren't on the
50-50.
news.
No.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, right? I mean, nobody's running around saying vampires, right? You didn't do anything vampire-y.
No.
But it's not good to draw that kind of attention. No, it certainly is not. And I don't know really what happened to Tom, but I want you to know, I'm glad you're all right. I'm glad you're all right. But I am very shocked and I'm a little disappointed.
I have never been more on the same page as you.
Really? Yeah, your name is not connected with any of this so far. Neither is Mr. Keen's. So, I mean, how worried should I be?
Pretty worried.
Really?
Startled. shocked.
Very hooked
Because
on
I
the
feel
moon.
pretty worried.
Very hooked on the moon and not understanding of the current situation.
Tom. I mean, it might be all right. I guess we'll have to see.
Nobody died.
No one died, and no one is running around looking for anyone who did anything supernatural.
Nobody seemed to care that there was a group of people breaking into my car. It
Yeah, if
seemed that
anything,
didn't
that's
take anybody's attention.
The real
And the security
crime here.
camera has footage of that, but no one seems to care about that.
Why wasn't that
That's
on
interesting,
the news?
isn't it?
It is.
I wonder
Troubling
what,
car burglaries
I
downtown.
wonder what they told people.
I wonder what they told people.
Well, I'm sure there wasn't time for you to
No, that
make
wasn't.
an interrogation of any of the witnesses.
No.
It seemed best to me to simply extricate them from the situation.
I'm so relieved that you did, because that could have been very, very ugly, and it's still not good.
I argue that it remains ugly.
Well, also the implications of it. Those mortals knew what we were already.
What?
Yes.
Jerry, echoing her, says, "What?
They knew we were vampires.
They called us monsters.
They called us
Lower your
monsters.
voices!"
Clearly were on the
Nobody else
move to exterminate us.
Yes.
Jerry stands up. I think we're good. I don't really think I need to be here anymore.
Oh, we're not good
No,
until
no,
you
no.
pay us.
They know.
You owe us for this job, right? I mean, wasn't that part of it?
Well, I don't know,
We can do
Tom.
it
You're
for
so
free.
good at talking. Why don't you talk your way into what we
Jerry's
wanted,
still
right?
standing. Evangeline is looking at you. She gives you an almost imperceptible nod.
Yeah, it's the right play.
Yeah. I don't know if I owe you anything anymore. You are on your way to becoming kindred non grata. Or au gratin, maybe. We'll
You
see.
think that they're only aware of us? There's no way that they would have known about us.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know how the court handles problems, and they usually just erase it.
Jerry.
The easiest thing to do would be for them to just wipe you off the face of the earth.
So when they come for me and they ask who else was on their lips, maybe not. I'll tell them you.
Oh, you would, wouldn't you?
Well, if you're going to throw me under the bus, I'll take you with me.
Nice friends you got, Evangeline.
Friends. Hear me out.
Jerry lowers herself back into her chair, realizing she's not going to skate that easily.
And I'm happy to leave that pistol just on the table, right? I'm not saying friends so you don't do it. You've already made it clear,
I step back.
right? I say our arrangement
Yeah.
concludes when you have put in a word for us with Lou Graham. And it would appear that we need the ear of Lou Graham perhaps more than ever.
Well, that's not my problem. I can't guarantee that she'll want to talk to you at this point. Maybe not until you take care of your mess. But who knows? That isn't my problem either. And yeah, you're right. Evangeline nods at Jerry. Yes, Jerry, you made a deal. It's a boon. Okay. Since I can't get rid of it, I got to pay it. Good thing you have a witness. Otherwise, I just deny the whole thing and take my chances. Like
You
my
don't want
odds.
to take your chances with me.
Yeah, I get the impression you're not to be messed with, but
No.
Especially right now, she's in a super bad mood.
yeah, I would. Can you blame her? Look what you did.
I didn't. It's not called it on purpose.
Doesn't matter.
It's called a fucking accident.
It doesn't matter. Intent doesn't count for shit with us. No one cares. It's an unfair world. Welcome.
Well, what are they gonna do? Kill me? I already died.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe they will.
I
Evangeline begins to look a little agitated here.
I just apply some comfort to the shoulder.
Don't touch me! I'm not your buddy or your daughter or anything. I'll pay my boon. I owe you. I'll do what I said. I will make sure Lou knows you solved this problem for us. It could have been bad. You found a wallet. Anybody could have discovered that. Could have got traced back to me. Who knows what might have happened. I'll make sure she knows you helped me. Maybe the scales will balance. Solving that one problem, possibly avoiding a break in the masquerade, maybe we'll even things out. I don't know. I can't answer for Mama Lou. I can't. I don't know her that well. I don't even know why she liked my stuff. I'm just glad she did. But look.
You don't need to stick your neck out and convince her
I
of
can't.
anything.
She will make up her own mind. I'm just going to
That's all I
fulfill my
ask.
part of the bargain.
It's above your pay grade. Just give her the message.
We were getting on so well, too.
No, we weren't. I like that one. And any kindness I extend to you is an extension from Evangeline.
Yeah, okay, I get the message. I
I don't think
feel
your
which way
art's
the
that good
wind
either.
is blowing. Nobody asked you.
Well, I'm telling you.
Look, how did Wendell die? Do you know?
Badly.
Or do you? Well, yeah, clearly. You
Well-
said you found a torso. Do you know?
We can tell you,
David.
but
You, I think, want what for that information? I mean, if you're going to be a stickler
It's been handled.
for the letter of the law, then yeah, I
It's
didn't.
been handled. David did. And David
Really?
is out of commission.
That weenie?
Yeah.
Didn't even charge extra for that either.
Him and his little
That was a- that was
downtown
a-
cultists.
That was gravy, cherry on the top, as a sign of good faith.
Wow, I wonder what happened.
Well, he's in the bay.
I don't suppose you got. Wait a minute. Did you drink my cherry moon?
We did not steal the cherry moon. I didn't drink your cherry moon. No.
Oh, so you don't have it.
No,
she
I was
started
going
to
to ask
scratch.
you if you had
I
some.
mean, you got to focus on the important things around
Right.
here.
Where are you going to get it now that you don't have any?
and now that you don't have anybody to fetch it for you,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll find somebody else.
so you don't have anybody
Wendell,
else to find.
Wendell's not the only, fish in the sea.
Don't ask the guy at Ivers.
Ivers,
He doesn't have it.
the clam place.
Yeah, he doesn't carry it.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Look, David, that's weird. And you say he's been dealt with.
Yes.
I didn't ask you to do that, so I'm not paying for it.
No, I said it was a
Freebie. A
freebie.
gift. Is he still around? Is he still
Yeah.
alive?
He just had a bad night.
Good.
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
I love that everybody fucking hates him.
He's such an asshole.
He's the worst.
And that goatee. I mean, come on.
It's a big
I
problem.
want to rip it off.
Tom, I'm very worried about you, obviously, and I'm going to do as much to help you as I can. But I really need to impress upon you that if this mess doesn't get cleaned up really quickly and successfully, I have to agree with Jerry. I don't want to, but truth and right doesn't matter much with us. You remember how in Tacoma, basically, it's the survival of the strongest. What Gravenstein said went. You're not in Gravenstein's turf anymore. He can't protect you. Maybe you ought to take a little vacation back there for a little while. Maybe I should. Wow, this is really disconcerting.
I don't want you to worry about me. I got
I can't help
my
it.
friends
I like
and Betty.
you.
I'm going to be fine.
I would like to trust that they're going to look after you a little more carefully now.
And
What was your role in all this?
Me, innocent bystander.
Yeah, I find that very hard to believe. You don't strike me as the type.
Listen, anything that happened.
Yeah,
any
he's a
trouble that
Brujah.
Tom-
They're
Oh, say no more.
yeah. Sorry,
there you have it.
Evangeline.
You really want to join the Ivory Tower?
I do.
Won't that be some trick?
Yeah. There's a lot I can offer them. That's
He
for
has
sure.
no idea. He doesn't
There's a
even
lot
know
I
what
can
it
offer
takes.
them.
He doesn't even know.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but I think you're going to find the going a little rough, maybe even rougher than Betty did.
Yeah, he doesn't even know.
Can't be rougher than whatever.
Well, that may be true. We each have our own stories. What's your plan to deal with this, Mr. Keene? Surely you,
The weaker you make me look,
the elder,
the weaker you make yourself look.
wait, getting- getting-
with
You are.
Getting dressed down in my room has eroded my act.
Mm. Mm.
Like I'm already a little lower to the ground,
Mm.
a little wilder here. And so she wants to know what my big plan is. And I say, Madam, you will know that my plan has gone into effect when these issues are resolved to the satisfaction of the Camarilla.
I want to believe you.
Your opinion is a decoration. It's a window dressing.
When we met at Mackham, wow, was it really only a few nights ago?
It really
seems
was.
longer. You mentioned at one point that you had talked to Mr. Tolley. He is one of the few kindred with enough influence that he might be able to smooth your way should things not resolve the way you have foreseen, Mr. Keene. I don't know if you are in good with him or not, but should you see him again, it's worth going into debt to get his help. I remember that Nyx was paying attention to you with her loathsome coyote creatures. She can't help you. In fact, I'm sure she would love to make this worse for you if she knows about it already. Do you happen to know the enforcer, Benny? Have you met?
I have a connect.
Might be a good idea to use that connection and find out if Benny knows about this yet. I'm sure he does, but if your connection could tell you what Benny's plans
Already
are,
there.
a good idea, I think.
Yeah.
I'm so worried.
Yeah.
Might makes absolute right in our society. Truth doesn't matter. Status matters. Influence matters. I have a teensy-weensy little bit of pull, but not enough to get you out of this if it goes badly. You might get lucky and it just all goes away. I don't know. But this terrible news that the mortals you've encountered knew about us is far worse than being on the news for you. You are telling me, Enrique, you're telling me that hunters are onto you. Do you have any idea how dangerous that is? Do you?
I do, which is why I am sharing the information, because
How did they find out about you?
who knows?
What do they know?
I don't.
Do they know your name?
No.
Are you sure?
That's it.
I know one of their names.
I do too.
You do?
Christine.
Oh, they spoke it out
They
loud.
did speak it out loud.
Interesting. Can you describe them all?
Yes.
I could.
That's something. Maybe your Benny contacts, whoever they are, can help you with that. I don't know, but I would recommend that even if you can't resolve this yourselves, even if it's a long-term project, I recommend taking immediate steps to show that you take it seriously and you're doing something positive and proactive to make it better.
Absolutely. Evangeline. This is who's been talking, is Evangeline. I share with you what they were, because there's no way they could have singled us out. I think that
How do you know?
And why would they be tailing us?
Well, that's what I want to know.
And more importantly,
Have you done anything recently to call your attention to yourselves?
absolutely not. Nothing more than that was what we did. I would say.
No? Well, it's not a coincidence.
But they're on high alert. If they're here, then of course not just here for us. Would you rather me keep that information to myself, that there's hunters in the city? Because they're not only hunting us.
I don't know what to do.
I'm telling you so that you have that information and so that you yourself can be careful.
Oh, trust me, I will be even more careful than I usually am.
That's all I wanted.
You guys are so screwed.
Yeah, I lean.
I'm like embarrassed. I'm like this. I'm like
You're so screwed.
body like turned away. Like
Jerry.
Yeah, I slink over to the door. Are you saying something?
No.
Yeah, I slink over to
I'm
the
like
door.
already there too. I'm like
Right, and I just open the door and gesture at them and gesture the fuck out.
Jerry?
Yes.
No, and I'm not wanted. Thanks for your help. I'll keep my end of the bargain. Good luck.
Jerry,
I'm sorry, I've been thrown out. I gotta go. What do you want?
I was just bidding
You want to walk a girl out?
You seem like you can handle yourself.
Yeah, you bet. Good night. She excuses herself and slams the door behind her. Bam! The murmur of restaurant conversation dies down for a brief moment and then resumes. Well, I would apologize for her, but I don't feel I can or should.
Well,
She was kind of a bee.
She was certainly very unpleasant, and I'm sorry about that.
it took everything I
But-
had to not lose my temper. So
was-
thank you, Jamison, for the
Oh,
pep
what a-
talk earlier, because if it wasn't for that, it would have been worse.
I am learning that I need to construct reality around you in such a way that it minimizes these appetites of yours.
Whatever works. For what it's worth, I think Jerry will keep her word and she will do as she said, because if she doesn't, I will know. And I will make sure that all the kindred know that she's a boon breaker. And that won't go well for her. Currency in favors is really one of the few things of value we can offer each other as the kinds of creatures that we are. Never forget that, Tom. If you promise to do something for another kindred, always keep that promise if possible.
Understood.
The fun part, as I'm sure Betty and Mr. Keene have told you, is that boons are fungible. You can trade them like party favors. So if I were to owe you a boon, for example, a favor, you could trade or sell that boon to somebody else, and I would owe that kindred a favor instead.
Dude, that's
It's
wild.
like a little boon stock market in a way.
Yeah, it's a parallel economy.
And of course, the more influence and power a kindred has, the more valuable a boon is from them. A boon from Prince Gravenstein is the mightiest thing you could have in Tacoma, where his word is law. Here in Seattle, it would depend on whether or not the kindred valued the power that Gravenstein wields. I wish he was here. He would probably know what to do.
I'm glad he's not.
What?
At the same time,
Fair,
you know.
fair. So,
What would
well,
a boon from Watcom be worth?
Whatcom. Well, he's rather new, as I understand it. I've only met him once at the Macam Bar, and my understanding is he's fairly new in the employ of Benny, the prince's enforcer, kind of a junior leg breaker or something like that. But because he's employed by Benny, it's valuable. You would find that kindred would pay for that, maybe even enough to make someone as wealthy as you happy. I've seen your haven, Betty. You don't need money.
No. I need something else, but
So,
not money.
Whatcom. Oh, is Whatcom your connection? Excuse me, that was rude. I apologize. There's no need to answer. I beg your pardon. Presuming that I'm right, that's a great place to start.
Okay.
I agree as well.
Well, we should let you get on with your night. I don't want you to,
Do me a favor and check in with me until this blows over.
I will. Yes, of course.
I appreciate that.
And again,
Thank
don't
you.
worry about me. I can take care of myself.
Oh, Tom, if you understood anything, you would know why I worry. Good
And
night.
I guess I'm glad I don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I don't know why.
Well, my friends, it's time for me to excuse myself. I'll do what I can when I can. Don't hesitate to call me if things get worse.
Okay.
She rises.
I stand up.
and,
Is she stand up?
holds out her hands again to you.
Yes, my dear. Until next time.
Aw. Until next time, Tom.
I'm scooting
night.
the chairs in around the table, like the waiter that's ready for people to leave.
Evangeline excuses herself, and she does not slam the door.
Classy lady.
Finally, the coterie is alone again. The murmur of the restaurant has resumed full volume.
I immediately take out my flask. Oh,
Yes.
Gonna take a hit.
Yeah.
So you're.
What are we drinking tonight?
Yeah.
I think this is B negative. Because I need to be negative.
Yeah.
You know, this is fractionated, cold, clotted, B negative
Chunky.
from a drunk.
Orbits.
From a drunk.
Yeah,
So
So
I'm,
it's still got some booze in it.
yeah,
Little kick.
Kinda what I
yeah.
want.
And I'm like drinking it, and it slides down a little more gelatinous than you'd like, but there's still a little bit of like
No, it's the sort of thing
alcohol
where
in it.
it has like, the physics are such that you pour some out, and then it will just keep pouring in
It's
a
like
single
slime.
shred.
Yeah, it's like slime, like a slime video, ASMR video.
Exactly. And I say,
Grim.
Whatcom, I can see the wisdom of a Whatcom play. And your capacity with
I
this.
think you'll have
with
to
this
come with
young
me
man.
since he's made some other members of our coterie, and Benny is actively looking for them and wanting to kill them.
Oh, it would be my great pleasure.
Tom, come here. Come here. Are you okay? Let me look at you.
I got shot.
I look. Are you okay? Look at the head underneath the wig.
Evangeline didn't mention your wig.
That was very kind of her. I am okay now.
Tom, I take out a napkin, a cloth napkin, and I take out my red lipstick. And I write down, we have rules when we are in a city like this, where the ivory tower is as powerful as it is. The first rule, and I write it in red lipstick, we cannot give away our secret.
I
Ever.
haven't done that.
This is punishable by death. If at any point in time you draw attention to yourself from mortals, any point in time, you can die. There's whole cities that have fallen to something called the Inquisition. I know quite a bit about it because there are people devoted to hunting us, which is why if they are after us, you shouldn't disclose that to other kindred. Okay. Number 2, when you are in someone's domain, you are required by our laws to respect that. Just as we are here, Jamison is truly, it is only by his protection we are allowed to have dealings here and feel safe doing so.
And I'm like dadding, like right behind, like everything that she says. I'm like,
For
Pearls of
he
wisdom.
has worked in his own life to secure a place safe enough for you to lie your heads at night and to conduct business. But that also means if we find ourselves in someone else's domain, we also need to extend that same respect to them. So you need to watch where you eat and you need to watch where you shit, proverbially speaking. Do you understand?
I guess so. I mean, I didn't ask for all this shit.
None
I
of
don't
us
like
do.
rules.
None of us do. I didn't ask for this. But this is how it is.
If you want to keep being a vampire, I guess.
No, if you want to keep existing. I don't know what lies on the other side of this existence, but I don't want to find out.
Sounds like you might just be scared.
I am. I think bravery is acting despite fear, and I think stupidity is not acknowledging it. Would you like something horrible to happen to Evangeline just because she's already dead?
When Betty says that, something strange happens. Your vision swims out of focus like one of those strange heat mirages that you used to see on a hot summer day as a mortal. Or maybe like the Scooby-Doo effect. Exactly.
scene change.
Right? Scene change. And an image is illustrated for you in front of your eyes again. Very quickly, a paintbrush materializes and paints in a sort of an abstract, maybe a Klimt version of Evangeline, all gold and angular. But there's no mistaking that that's who the image represents. And it illustrates behind Evangeline, almost like the moon in the night sky, a grinning skull. And the image swims, melts, fades away, and disappears. That's the second time tonight you've experienced this weird phenomenon.
Yeah. All right. I understand, and I'll play by the rules as long as I can stomach it.
I say this because even though you are dead, I would be sad if something happened to you.
Tom leans in, hugs Betty.
Hugs Betty. Does Betty allow it?
She allows it, but this is weird. for her.
I
think it's probably been a long time since she's been hugged.
Is it a genuine hug of
Oh, yeah.
affection, or is it one of those?
No, it's a real hug.
This is real info.
A real hug.
Yeah, pulls her right in.
She doesn't hug you back, but she's not against it. She's more just like,
She doesn't
Presses
resist.
you in between his boobs.
yeah, she's just like, oh.
Just right in here.
Yeah.
Right in this area.
Oh. That's nice, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty.
I'm gonna.
There's a few more rules. They're not important for now. Just try to remember these two. And Betty has a couple of extra rules. Okay? One of those rules is don't fuck Betty. If you fuck Betty, Betty does see what Betty did to David. You end up in the bay, and you end up having a very bad night. Jamie knows. Rule number 2 from Betty's special list is when you're lying or when you're trying to be sneaky, don't give people information that they don't need to know. Like admitting to a certain someone that there
you
was a second body.
David in the ocean.
Well, no, that's different. That's a threat. And not only a threat, that was currency in our favor, but you told Evangeline that there was a second body down there. Now, when they inevitably go to see what happened to Wendell's remains and they discover Rafe, that's going to come back to bite us because Watcom knows that you beat him into torpor. And Benny is looking for a bearded man that is now on the news. And I was trying to keep that from you because I didn't want you to stress about it because Mom is working on it. But that also means you need to not admit that there's 2 bodies down there.
How was I supposed to know that you've had a private conversation with Watcom about it?
Because you don't volunteer information that people
I was
don't
trying
ask
to
for.
They would have found him anyway there.
And then you can say you didn't know about it.
Son, stop digging.
But I'm not a mind reader. How am I supposed to know these things if no one's told me?
But I have to do that with Noah
Yeah.
sometimes. When I hear him arguing with Kara, I'm like, Noah, you have to stop. You have to stop. It's not getting better.
It's gone as far as it
Yeah.
could possibly go.
Yes.
Right.
Just as your dad, you have to stop.
Ended here. Mm-hmm.
There's just pieces of information that you should keep to yourself until you need to. I mean, you've seen me wheel and deal, and Jamie knows.
Yeah. The pressure cooker, the Nosferatu pressure cooker, is continuing to gain steam.
And I do the thing you do for other people. Now that Mom has had her chance to be mad, I reach up behind you, give you my hand.
I don't take it. I say I'd like to settle up here with DiMartino's. If you could continue your lesson, perhaps
Are you okay, Jamie?
in the room, that would be appreciated.
I'll take care of it.
Thomas, at this point, your cell phone buzzes. Bzz, bzz.
Yep.
It is a text from a number you don't recognize. And the
Okay.
text reads, this...
Joe Biden?
UPS delivery failure.
Yes,
Please
click on this link.
and confirm your address.
To learn more about how to extend your auto insurance.
We've been trying to reach you. Oh, shit.
Trying to reach you.
Oh my God, could you imagine if the Second Inquisition caught some boomers with the UPS scam?
would.
Click here to confirm. Oh shit.
No,
Let me
because Betty
click on it.
It might work.
No,
Betty
Betty
used
can't use cell
so
phones. No, Betty's
I apologize,
safe.
Jason.
I'm sorry.
No,
That was
by
his
no
fault.
means.
That's his fault. That was his fault. That was his fault. That was his fault.
Believe me, the odds are very good that that's going to happen
Yeah.
to any cell phone a kindred has. No, the text message reads, this is Alfred. Please connect me to Miss Lancaster.
Oh.
I haven't stopped shaking.
Do we know an Alfred?
Yes,
Yes, that's the guy.
that was my guy that you pushed aside.
He would like to speak to you.
Okay, Jamie, you settle up. I'll take
Yes.
the boys up.
Please.
Hey. And I do the mom thing. They're just kids. Calm down. It's okay. Breathe.
I'm just hungry.
While they're talking, I want to lean in to Rico and I say, I guess I thought that being a vampire was like a kind of freedom, but we're just fucking trapped.
Sorry.
Oh, yes, you can get it. that's too close.
Yeah.
Ouch. So shall we move the scene back to Bertram House?
Soon.
I just pulled Tom in and just hug him really hard.
So when Marjorie returns to the room,
On your tab, sir?
yes, exactly. Can you be Marjorie? Are you up to that challenge?
I think so.
I say, yes, but I wanted to talk about our trip.
Oh.
I won't be able to go
Oh.
according to the original dates.
Oh. Well.
Would you mind?
Oh, of course.
We'll open the side door out into the alley.
After you. Or maybe after me.
Yeah, I say, and I laugh. And I say, I've been so looking forward to it.
Oh, me too.
And I reach out and I bring her in
She allows it. Of course she allows it.
and I devour her.
You're an old and trusted associate. She has no reason to fear you. You always tip well. And so you will drink. How much of your hunger do you want to remove?
All of it.
Oh.
So
I love this man. I love you.
this is how Marjorie passes from
It's
the world.
horrible.
Jerford Holkins.
This is how Marjorie passes from the world. The fangs, of course, create an intoxicating sensation. And as the life ebbs from her body, she leans in and nestles against you like a lover until she is no longer there. And all that is left is the cold body that was Marjorie.
We slow dance. Gently, just a couple turns. Just a couple turns.
Her lifeless limp feet scraping against the floor as you move her back and forth. No trips for Marjorie.
No.
There is the matter of removing the evidence of your feasting. And please remove all your hunger dice. You are full, sated, warm for once. For once you are warm.
I'm going to need this for everything else we have to do.
I suspect. So, what of her body?
We are going to have to. I think that they won't find her until garbage day. It's like it's sweet and it's gentle, and then she's under the dumpster.
Gone with the trash. Somewhere there's the piano coda to Layla playing, I think. Yes.
Oh yeah, and from the piano bar down the street.
Exactly.
I adjust my tie.
Give me your hand. I need it.
I adjust my tie.
Fucking writers, dude.
I adjust my tie.
That was a very intense
Fucking
scene, so
writers!
I want to take a moment to check in with everybody at the table.
It's worthwhile. I
we
didn't mean to
all-
spring anything on
okay?
anybody.
Oh, yeah.
I got makeup all over my
I thought
character
it was
sheet,
a
but it
very
was
powerful scene.
it was very
Very
good.
powerful.
My
But he
sheet is destroyed.
This is just what he needs. Like, this is like what
No,
he
it
needs
was
to
good.
succeed at the next
It was
part.
good.
Now, I am going to take the liberty.
You get a
Making notes?
stain?
No, I'm going to look at his convictions to make sure that no lines have been crossed. Family is the highest law, although Marjorie was a valued associate. I do not
But
count
when you
her
eat
among
here,
family.
you're family.
Oh shit.
DiMartino.
Sure, that's the DiMartino's motto, but could be.
I'm sorry.
And
I was just very excited
your
about
other
that.
conviction
Eating here,
is
your
When you're eating near this.
always pass your skills on. That's not applicable here. And I don't think this was particularly bestial. This was as refined and gentlemanly as it could be.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like been established. Like you and I have discussed this IRL in the demisexual plane. Like I can't do a one night stand, and I
No.
think that that's the same for. I think that's the same for
This
Jamison.
is why, no, I love that you did that. I think this is why Betty doesn't eat like that.
Yeah,
She deliberately avoids that level of involvement.
yeah.
She
Of
gets attached.
intimacy.
Because it costs you something every time.
She gets attached.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Thank you. No, please don't apologize. I thought it was a very
Demi
powerful,
kids.
emotionally intense scene. And
Demi demons.
I'm glad that everybody was okay with me checking in with you.
Yeah, thank
The
you.
table
Of course,
feels
thank you.
great.
No, DemiQuest.
Demiplane?
That's a different IP.
Oh, shit.
So, I think now
Yes.
we should shift the scene to Bertram House.
Yes.
Yes? Yes. Bertram House it is, under the watchful gaze of Mr. Crowley.
He's growing on me.
What a comfort.
He's growing on me.
I was just about to move him into the corner for you.
No!
Are you sure you're okay with him?
No, he's growing on me.
Okay.
Unless you are doing it as a form of cardiovascular.
I was doing this
Excess.
because it was making Betty uncomfortable earlier,
Well, he
but I'm happy
was.
to.
But
Do
now
you want me
he's-
to put him halfway?
He reminds
how
me
could
of
he?
Jamie when Jamie's not here.
I just slap his cheeks. How could he? How could he make you feel away? Mr. Crowley.
He's fine with me.
I began to pace. Oh, that was Mr. Crowley.
Oh, it was!
The sea dog.
Mr. Crowley.
Yeah. Vitamin C. And
Every
so-
time he looks at me, I call him by his name.
The only time that the eyes of the giraffe statue blink are when they look at Betty.
I blink back, but when I blink, I turn on my oblivion sight to where my eyes are just black pools.
You're playing with my giraffe.
It's difficult to tell. Maybe it's a trick of the light, the shadows. Perhaps it's your overactive and agitated imagination, but you could almost swear that one minute corner fold of the giraffe's sculpted mouth turns up.
She blinks again and her eyes are normal, and she winks at him.
So I come in like off the street, like door, psh, like I codes in, door, psh, and I clap my hands together, rub them together. Conspiracy, friends. Conspiracy, plans within plans. A matryoshka of stratagems. What have I missed?
I know he ate, but I'm not going to call him out because I'm a lady and he's a gentleman.
Yeah, it's the walk of shame.
Glad you're feeling better, Jamie. I probably touch him and realize how warm he is. Put my gloves back on.
And you might have a healthier pinkish glow for a
exactly
few
right.
moments after it.
Now, I assume the three of you have constructed an entire plan in my absence, and we have but to execute.
No, we're just about to. Rico's showing me his little legoos. And I think they're.
I have them here. I saw earlier that Betty. This is.
It's ugly.
Well, that's the point. It's meant to be so that you can make it whatever you want.
But then why make a giant, misshapen
Well, what would you
member
like to see?
like that?
Well,
It's uncouth to have just a penile monstrosity like that sitting there.
And these are
monstrosity is the point.
yeah, and these are legumes.
But you think this is appropriate to have? Just a big member, turgid and erect, just sitting there on the mantle.
That's always appropriate.
no.
What is inappropriate
A
about
lady
it?
is in this house now too, so make
We can
something.
make it into whatever you
well,
want.
just don't make it a penis again.
What would you like?
Not a penis.
We can make it into.
Maybe like a turtle or one of
so
the
easy.
pocket monsters that they have.
Monsters
on
of the pocket.
yeah, on the
pocket variety.
television.
Will you show me?
I think I know one that has like a little microphone and it's saying, I'll
Yeah, that's
try.
good.
It's just kind of a circle. She starts,
That's fine.
she starts making like a jigglypuff, but she doesn't know the name.
It's interesting because the act of manipulating the little plastic bricks that fit together so pleasingly is strangely calming.
Can we get rid of the giant turgid penis on the set
A
now?
rocket ship.
I bet he doesn't know that. She doesn't know what a rocket ship is.
I'll speak to Mr. Crowley about it at a dramatically appropriate moment.
Yes.
She thinks that's a dinky.
Have you never? Oh, of course you can never
So
see the rocket on TV.
What's going on now?
So
Yes.
Yes.
your phone buzzes again.
Okay.
One piece is broken.
This is Alfred. Did I not make myself clear? Question mark.
Can you just
That's
give
hilarious.
him a call and put it on speaker? I'm not going to touch your phone because I
Okay,
tend to have
I
a hard
call him
time
back.
with it.
Speakerphone, set it out in the middle.
Is this Mr. Hollandaise?
No, it's
It's
me.
everybody.
Yeah.
We're talking to everybody else.
Everyone can
Lancaster.
hear you, but I can.
Yes.
Most importantly,
evening, Alfred.
I
My
can hear you.
apologies. This Mr. Hollandaise's number was the only one that I had.
I'll give
that
you
left for
Jamie's
me.
next time. Don't worry. But
Mr. Hollandaise,
Huh? Yes.
when I call for Miss Lancaster, I would appreciate it if you would make sure that she gets the message immediately.
Well, I'd appreciate a handy.
I'm not sure what that means, but Miss Lancaster,
yes.
Mr. Watcom has been calling for you on the house phone.
Oh, is it an I'm assuming it's an urgent matter.
He says it is, and he has left a new number he says is safe for you to call.
Okay. I will get in touch with him. Thank you, Alfie. And Alfie, don't answer the door for anyone. Be safe.
I will make sure that no one enters.
Oh my God, no.
Hey, Alfie, I want you to appreciate in one hand and shit in the other and see which fills up first. Hang up.
Tom.
You want problems
Jamie,
always.
can you ring?
Yes.
Can you ring this number?
to be sure.
I've written it on my hand.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
An eyeliner.
Of course. Yeah. I'll punch it in, hit it, speaker.
Yeah? Who's this?
Hello, it's Beatrice. Hi.
Is this a new number for you?
It's a temporary number, but it's a secure number.
Okay, but let's be careful.
Yes. Meet me in Bridal Trails.
Yeah? You
Yes.
sure?
Yes.
That's all the way on the east side. I'm in Seattle. Where
Oh
are
my
you?
God.
That is so Seattle.
Oh my God. Okay, never
don't
mind.
talk to her.
Jesus
Fine. Where would you like to meet? I don't think we should talk on the phone.
You might as well ask someone to meet you on the moon. If you're like, you got east side? No, God, no, I'm not going to the east side.
People take rocket ships to the moon.
Do you have?
Meet me in Gasworks Park.
Okay.
It's pretty secluded, right?
Well, we're expected to drive over there.
Who's that? Is that one of your fellas?
It's a ghoul.
Yeah, tell him nobody's talking to him.
All right, I'll let him know.
Gasworks Park, bring your friends if you want. What I have to tell you concerns you all.
Very well.
It's not going to be just him, too. And you don't know what Gasworks Park is?
No.
All you need to know, dude, is that he has set this up at the coolest fucking possible place to go at night.
Yeah, it's like giant old stills and pieces of
It's an old refinery.
refinery. Yeah, but
Gasworks
it's just
left all the
rusted
pipes
over
and
now.
shit there.
Yeah.
Gasworks Park is a remnant of an older Seattle. Before electricity was generated in easier ways, Seattle had a massive coal-fired energy plant in what is now Gasworks Park. And the machinery needed to refine and create the energy from the coal is this vast, huge metal skeletal structure that is now completely rusted. Giant boilers, pipes, valves, a strange steampunkish monstrosity of scaffolding and ladders rising above the park area. It is at the northern end of Lake Union, not far from
Yes.
the Ivers Salmon House, Portage Bay, in that general vicinity. But at night, it's famously used by people who want a little privacy. It does have an excellent view of the downtown city skyline and of the Capitol Hill district.
Tom, Rico, stay behind. Just not here. Come with us, but just
Stay in the car?
in case I need a quick getaway or in case something goes south.
What vehicle would you be using?
Jamie, do you have anything in your garage?
I have drive and I have resources.
You might own a car.
So I
I'm
probably-
curious to know. I think we can safely
car?
say that you do have one. If
Yeah,
you,
dude, it's gotta be something practical.
Yeah.
Let's just say that
it
it is
older?
let's just say it's the car that I had.
That's what I was thinking.
It's a 1981
Buick Skylark. or
yellow
something?
K car.
Oh my!
Don't even know
Wow.
what that looks
Big
like.
box.
One
Huge boxy
rolling
car.
ton of kindred squashing luxury.
That's exactly
Betty
right.
loves it.
Oh no, it is. It's the
Jamie,
yellow.
you've been hiding
It's
this?
the yellow.
You've been hiding this from me. I had to drive in that little toy.
You loved the way it purred and growled.
No, I liked the way it made me feel.
And it's like, oh yeah, indeed. Now I'm gonna hold up the keys, like if you want them or do you want me to do them?
Yes. No. I'll drive. And Jamie, just, I don't know if you want to go incognitus or if you want to don another face, but I'm going to have to put the flirt on with this man to get him to do what I want, so.
Perhaps a mask of some kind. Something to make me insensate. I've heard your wiles at work.
Well, and you were very helpful to have there, but I need you to be there for my protection.
Absolutely.
It would make me feel braver if you were there.
My blood kin
this also needs to be a little sexy too, and I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to do my best.
Don't fear for Mike's sake. And then I'm just going to run my finger along the dustless.
Does it have the leather
interior?
interior?
Yeah, it has a nice one.
Ooh.
And then I say, you know what she's called?
What is she called?
Beatrice.
Oh.
It's just a little moment. Some for you. I know you're sad it's the last day. Some zesty for you. Enjoy. Some tasty.
You get to ride shotgun this time.
Yum, yum, yum.
You get to ride shotgun this time.
You're going to keep the wig on?
Oh, I keep the wig on, yeah.
Definitely keep the wig on.
Yes.
I'm making sure my beard is trimmed still.
Omega
Catch
level.
sight of your own reflection in the window of the car before you climb in, and you see the clean-shaven jaw,
That young man.
and face. Yeah, it works. It works. You're not sure what Betty was so upset about. You think it looks fine.
Sometimes I wish I had not had the beard when I was taken.
Oh, something to think about every day.
Regrets. It would be difficult to be embraced on a bad hair day.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have a bad hair day forever.
That's the world of darkness.
Truly. But maybe it's not permanent. We've learned that tattoos can be put on kindred bodies if you know the right people.
Yeah.
Well, off then to Gasworks Park. It's not a long drive from the Ballard neighborhood.
Nope.
You drive along the ship canal, past the scene of the crime, as it were. As we all know, it's the same night.
Yep.
And there are police vehicles in the parking lot still.
Be cool.
Is the car still there? Has it been
Yellow
taken?
tape. Your automobile is being towed away. So I'm putting on one of those dolly trucks, so it's going to be on a flatbed.
That was a vintage LV in your trunk. That was probably worth more than the car in Betty's mind.
I try to take note of the name of the towing company.
Okay. So you're going to remember it forever? Seattle's Best Towing, SBT?
Sure. I don't know how many there are.
At least it wasn't the foot car.
Oh,
Have you
the
seen
tow truck?
Yeah.
There is one in Seattle.
Is that still extant? I'm not sure.
Yes, and it's so insulting to get towed by them.
The tow truck?
Because a giant foot takes your car
A giant
away.
pink foot with a big
Yes,
toe.
it's horrible.
The tow truck. There's no mistaking it, right?
Aggravated willpower damage. Yes, we're being real.
Wow.
There's a
It
giant
is a
foot.
Seattle institution.
Yeah,
We live here.
a giant foot, a giant pink foot tow truck that takes your car away.
I have to search this.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah,
It's
it's true.
grotesque.
True.
So is
It's
that what's towing
grotesque.
my car right now?
No.
This is a much more mundane
God.
enterprise called Seattle's Best Towing, SBT, and your car is being towed. Now, where it's going, who knows? Police impound, probably.
Yeah, as evidence.
There are people in the parking lot, rubberdecking, gawking, but they're being kept away from the scene of your crimes
Great.
by the police. You pass by on your way to Gasworks Park, pulling into the park. The parking lot is empty. Yours is the only vehicle here because it is, of course, night. The park is technically closed. That doesn't mean much to vampires, of course. Rising against the dark night sky is that strange metallic scaffold of rust that I have mentioned. It looks almost alien at night. It's lit by strategically positioned floodlights so that you can pick out the deep rusted red coloration of the oxidized iron
Fucking
parts.
great.
It really is
It's
perfect.
really fucking great.
Really a strange sight here. There is a very high chain link fence around the entirety of it to keep casual people from jumping onto the machinery and hurting themselves.
Soaring leap. just kidding.
I was ready for it. I was ready for it. But this is where Wacom is asked to meet you. Now, he didn't specify where in the park, so it might
No, I
take
think
you
I
some-
start strolling out, kind of
Are you
casually
alone?
swinging my brawly. I think Jamison's with me.
Yeah,
whether he's
Are you being seen?
invisible
you
or whether.
vanished?
I am vanished, but of
Oh,
course
okay,
you know
perfect.
that.
Yeah.
What about Tom and Rico?
For once, do as I'm told.
Sit in the back seat. Oh, good, you're so
I
chastised.
lean forward
Yes.
between the seats and I try to turn the radio on.
Oh, I bet it's got those giant knobs and maybe the
does.
push
Yeah.
button
Big two big
so
knobs.
for the programmed stations.
Yeah.
What do you have it set to?
Well, I mean that's
NPR.
oldies radio. Yeah, I think that he probably
Midnight
fancies
edition.
himself. No, it's the oldies station.
It's the oldie station.
So it's probably holiday music,
it's,
right?
the,
Yeah.
it's the doo-wop station.
Meet me under the apple
music
tree.
now. I just leave that on.
Music.
No, it's all
Yes.
holiday music.
Oh, yeah.
All holiday music.
Star 101.1.
Bing Crosby's White Christmas, that sort of
Yep.
thing. Yeah, exactly. In keeping with the season.
Yeah, I'm nonchalantly like swinging my umbrella, which I know like, what it can do, but
Thank goodness it's not raining for once. The sky is overcast, but the ground is no longer soaking wet. It's not pouring rain. Unusual, but you get lucky once in a while.
Yeah.
In Seattle. Wacom is waiting for you near the chain link fence in the shadow of that massive iron monstrosity.
I feel compelled to say that I would have tracked the direction that Betty had headed down.
Okay.
would've-
Toward the water, I think.
Great.
Southward, toward the edge of the Lake Union.
And
Sure.
I would have worked to have eyes if I could, and my ears out, so like the window rolled down a little bit, so I can just.
Little crack.
You're going to lose sight of her almost immediately from your position in the
Okay.
car. You won't be able to keep her in sight unless you leave the car and follow her.
I'm not going to do that, but I want to be able to at least hear.
I have Jamie.
I've been fully
I
chastised.
have
Yeah.
Jamie.
And
I have. This has worked. So yeah.
Wacom's waiting for you, standing around, playing with a cigarette that isn't lit.
It's not lit.
Nope. Hey.
Hey, I take out my cigarette with the long holder.
now it's a competition.
Telescopic.
Need a light?
Yes.
He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a vintage Zippo.
Hey.
I reach into my pocket, not to light, but to just show him my vintage Zippo, which has a Vallejo naked dragon lady on it.
Nice.
Didn't think that would be your style, but cool. Nice watch.
I've already gotten compliments on it
I'll bet. Here.
from a
Have
Toreador,
a
no
light.
less.
I'm proud of this trick. It took me a while to learn how
All right,
to.
let's see it.
He lights it and doesn't flinch.
Ooh.
What about you?
Why?
Yeah, I used to.
Because fire.
Used to
So
bug,
scary.
Used
You
to
know how
bug
we
the hell
take
out of me.
half damage?
Mm-hmm.
We're afraid of fire.
We don't like fire.
We don't like fire. That incident with the road flare could have gotten horrific really fast if she'd had a chance to brandish it at you.
Okay.
But as it was, it all went by far too quickly for it to get in anybody's face.
But fire's bad news.
Weird, like flammable, basically.
Indeed.
Got it. Okay.
I don't think anybody's actually stopped to tell Tom this before.
No.
Tom probably would have thought it's weird that all of the fireplaces in Betty's house are unlit.
Yeah.
Maybe so, especially in December.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's something you have to be
Especially
taught.
because you're like leaning on the mantle.
Yeah, right.
There's nothing in the there's
He
nothing in the hearth.
he offers you the flame. It's controlled. It does not set off a fear frenzy. Perhaps the beast goes
Yeah.
every time, but
Yeah.
you've become accustomed to fire and a lighter. You know it's not going to hurt you. So
Thank you.
he lights his own cigarette, just lets it burn. I don't never got the hang of the.
Really?
It's a vibe.
I'm gonna try to blow a smoke ring.
Oh, okay. So you blow a smoke ring. Show off.
I'm fucking nervous as shit. Betty's fucking nervous as shit. I think only Jamie would pick up.
Yeah.
Where's your friends?
They're close enough.
Yeah,
They're not really my friends. They're more just contractors.
you guys are what, a coterie?
No, I don't like that word.
You are one strange kindred.
You don't get to be around as long as I have without being a little strange. But I
Yeah.
feel like you're wet behind the ears.
Not like your tomboy.
No, he's very fresh.
Yeah.
How long have you been
Tom
around?
Benedict or whatever his name is. I've been around long enough to know trouble when I see it, and you're trouble. And so are your whatever they are, your crew, and you're in trouble. At least a couple of them are, as I'm sure you know. Now, your name's not in it. Benny's put the word out.
About?
Your buddies. Either this gets cleaned up super quick, or he'll clean it up, and their lives will not be worth spit. He doesn't care that the masquerade breakage was, technically not really a breakage. Nobody wants this kind of attention. Now, they aren't the first licks to run afoul of TV news cameras. Come on, everybody's got a phone, everybody's got a camera. So I don't know if he's serious, but he's barking. And I don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to do something about it if somebody else doesn't. Now, I kind of like our mutually beneficial relationship.
I was going to thank you for keeping my name out of it.
No reason to drag it in. I don't actually think you personally killed Rafe if he is dead, but I bet you know what happened to him. And you know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm sure he did something incredibly stupid and probably got what was coming to him.
She doesn't confirm or deny. She just smiles.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, don't tell me. I never did get the hang of using these things. So he throws the cigarette onto the ground and crushes it underneath his shoe. Got a new watch.
Is it nice?
It's very modern. It's very new. It's one of those massive Rolexes. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
It's made out of platinum, but it's not nearly as classy as the vintage.
She still pretends to admire it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a lot of time. So what's your plan?
Well,
How did this happen? What started it? Do you know?
okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna take a
now
beat.
you got to start
I'm gonna take a
thinking,
beat.
what can you give him that will tantalize him enough to not ask the other questions?
Jerry?
Is there any
Jerry?
chance?
Yes. What?
Why are you using this configuration of words?
Which one?
I wasn't going to ask.
Am I the only one that thinks that that's like a
What did he say?
Tantalizing.
tantalize?
Oh, he says tantalize all the time. That's just his word for excite or tasty interest.
I'm fond of the word.
I don't suppose there's any chance you'd let me have a word with them so that I could find out what the hell went down.
I think I can give you the details.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
How did they get into this? Why were they beating up mortals in a parking lot?
Well, somebody was trailing them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more to it than that.
I'm going to find out.
So
It
you
makes
don't
feel
know
better.
either.
No, but I'm going to fix it.
Well, it looks bad for everybody. It could be a lot worse, right? They didn't flash any fangs. They didn't, lift a car over their heads. They didn't spill somebody's blood. It could have been far worse. Believe me, we've cleaned up worse in this city. Now, fortunately for them, and this is pure favor, Beatrice, we'll make sure this gets buried with the cops. A couple of nights, they'll stop looking. Everybody will forget about this. But Benny won't.
Right. So. That's really great. It's very great. And that means I owe him big time.
But the big guy.
Yeah.
Can you do anything about this, or are they
Well,
just going to twist in the wind? If I have to get involved,
I promise you a couple of
fine,
things.
Yeah.
One is that the fiery Brujah,
The one who smashed Rafe's head in.
he owes me. And I owe Gravenstein. So he's out of both of our claws now, and he's in Tacoma. Now, the bright side of that
I heard about him.
Is he's not going to be in Seattle for a while. The downside of that,
Your buddy?
yes. But the downside of that is that he is, I believe, out of both of our clutches for now.
Probably best.
I think so.
So if he lays low, maybe this will blow over. I don't know. Benny's got a long memory.
And how could I make this right with you and Benny?
Sure, I could think of something.
Last time I was making him squirm, and now because of you two, he's making me squirm.
I feel like this is victim blaming. We were attacked
By
we were attacked by
hunters.
vampire hunters. I was shot 2 times, and I'm in trouble.
It's weird.
Victim blaming.
It's weird.
Oh, what was Tom wearing when he went out there?
Oh my God!
So I don't know who was tailing them. I don't know anything about it. I don't know why they decided they thought they had to throw down in the middle of a parking lot. I'm surprised they don't understand that just about every place has security surveillance these nights. There's very little you can do in public without somebody finding out about it. So you got to be super careful. I know you know that.
Yes.
I imagine your Nosferatu buddy knows that too. It's a very careful clan.
Yes.
But those other 2 clowns,
We're just listening to Christmas music in the
And
car.
I'm reassuringly.
back in the car, it's all fa la la, deck them halls. Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Christmas
Reindeer.
donkey.
Yeah.
I like kind of, I take my hand and I'm like tracing the face of his new watch. And I'm like, if it makes you feel better, Gravenstein isn't going to make it easy on him.
I don't know much about him. I
want
only
to.
know the name, but I hear he's a tough boss, tough customer, vicious.
Still fair.
I heard he ate an entire cow once.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Or was it a horse? I don't remember.
A lady never tells.
Could have been a hippo. I don't know, but I heard it was gross.
A rhinoceros.
Calls himself Prince. Is that that thing down there?
Yes.
Huh.
Prince of
Prince of Tacoma. Ooh, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know that I'd be proud of that, frankly, if it was me, but
If it, a little piece of information I will give you is he was reluctant to take up the title.
I'm not blaming him. Seems like a shit job to me.
A shit job, but he's very good at it.
Yeah. Well,
And
some kid.
the bearded man will be paying his debt to society under Gravenstein, and Gravenstein is very old school.
You got a name? Your bearded guy.
This is payment. Yes, it's Rico.
Okay.
Yep.
Episode
Rico.
8.
All right.
What the
I have a feeling he has ways to verify whether I'm lying or not.
Yeah.
And this is a trust exercise, so
That's
I gotta tell
not
the truth.
the name that's registered for the car. Like I said, we got friends in the cops.
I didn't say it was his car.
He's already testing.
Ah, I see. Okay, well, that's actually good. Maybe better for everybody. Okay,
It was a borrowed vehicle.
well, if you ever find out how this whole thing started and what led to it, and there's any way that it can be cleaned up, here's what I want in return. I want to help because I want credit for it with the boss.
Okay.
Interesting.
I want to be the one who saves the masquerade
Okay.
because that's currency here.
Yeah. No, it is.
Now I got to get a new partner too. I suppose you want a job.
I was waiting for this. As it just so happens, I do. And I do have some influence, and I think I have a lead, especially based off of what the hunters were wearing
Yeah.
on finding these people and cleaning it up.
Hunters.
Yeah. Just dropped it here at the end.
What the hell, Beatrice?
What the hell, indeed.
Are you shitting me?
But like I said,
it takes
I
a
have
step
some-
away from you as if you suddenly become radioactive.
Right?
Are you you're not
Well, I
screwing
can't-
around here?
Well, they knew what they were.
Shit.
But that honestly,
Suddenly
that
I
doesn't
regret
ameliorate
But
it.
here's what
That
I'm
does
saying.
ameliorate it a little
But
bit.
and then I lean in, and I don't know if this is going to require. Well, I lean in and I say, "But doesn't that make taking credit for it so much better?"
Oh, good point. I like the way you think. But this is dangerous shit.
Like I said, I have some connections and influence there.
Hunters. I hate these fuckers. I hate these guys.
You played it at exactly the right time.
Betty. I am impressed. I'm so glad I didn't kick your ass.
Oh, what a shame.
Well, there's always another night.
Yeah, we'll have to tussle sometime.
I know what clan you are.
Do you?
Yeah. There aren't that many of you. You really can't slide into Seattle without somebody remarking on it. Word's out. Is it true? Are you the Big L?
Yep.
Whoa.
Does that do anything for you?
I mean, kinda.
Oh! What?
Can you do what they say your clan can do? With shadows. I mean, you're giving us a little taste. I saw you, do the
Yeah, I think I,
Down in the pit.
should I do it?
Yeah, give me a little taste.
You're writing fanfic over Betty's shoulder again!
I want you to end this with 2 watches.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna use, because now I have 2 dots in Oblivion.
Hey, yo,
Yeah.
go get them.
Yeah, my eyes go pitch black.
You turn the sclera of your eyes completely black.
Yeah. It's like, it's disturbing to watch too, because it's just like the pupils keep expanding.
Oh.
It stretches out.
Oh. Kind of hot.
He's into it.
Yeah.
And then like I don like my shadow cloak for half a second because we're
Just
in public.
briefly?
Yeah. And then it flickers.
I mean, you are in
it's
a-
almost like a trick of the eyes.
You're in the park in the middle of the night, but you never know who might be watching.
Right? I mean, I'm
So
there.
I want him to pull a Mr. Crowley and like blink and then it's like gone.
the shadow, the cloak of shadows, or the shadow cloak, I should say, manifests briefly with its weird little finger-like edges, and then it's gone, and your eyes are normal again. Huh. Badass. Okay.
Pretty sweet.
Okay. Well.
What about you? Ventru.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty easy to read.
I'm proud of it.
You should be.
I am.
It's a good clan.
It's the best clan. No offense.
I'm sure you believe it is.
Hey, listen. I mean, we're getting along so well too.
Hey,
all
listen,
right,
I
so
could
maybe-
I could show you a couple of things.
I'm sure we could show each other a few things, but now's not the time. Now's not the time.
I'm not responsible for that.
I've still got shit to do tonight, and I'm sure you do too.
You wouldn't be incorrect.
All right, so I'm sure you're gonna tell your buddies all about this. I'm not even gonna ask you how you know they were hunters, but I can't let that go. We're gonna have a talk about this, and I want to talk to those 2 clowns, or at least the one that's still here. If I can help clean this up and get rid of this, I am made. Yeah. Deal?
Deal.
Deal.
It's a good deal, honestly.
Holds out his hand.
She holds out hers.
He shakes.
Does this go against my conviction of always make the best deal?
I think the deal you've made is pretty
Okay.
good.
Seems pretty good.
I just want to make sure.
The
I just want to
downside-
make sure.
Given the
Let me see.
potential downside, woof.
I mean, you've really taken Whatcom to the cleaners in recent nights.
Night after night.
I can't think that you're on the losing side of this.
Okay.
This is a good deal, as far as you understand the currency of the realm, as it were. And with that, bids you good night, and he walks in the opposite direction.
We love
As
that.
he's like walking away,
Yeah, don't walk by the car.
to add like, there's a little sprinkle to it. I say, hey Whatcom,
Hey, Betty,
what's your name?
what do you mean?
Whatcom's the last name.
My name's Julian.
It's a nice name.
I like the
I've always
fries.
thought so. But don't call me Jules. I hate that.
I don't intend to.
Cool.
Good night, Julian. And with
Good
that,
night.
I walk
Oh,
away.
Good
you're
night.
bad. You're bad.
Good night, Beatrice. I'm gonna so regret this.
Bad.
The night swallows him up. Meanwhile, back where the tunes are rocking,
Do they even know it's Christmas over there? Is on.
Yeah.
the DJ is playing a stack of platters that matter for you on,
Yes.
on old time radio.
I turn to Tom.
Oh, my cheeks are so hot.
Did you ever play with Legos?
Yeah, and actually, Lego is all you have to say. It's not Legos.
Really?
Yeah, Lego means multiple.
It's singular and plural?
It is.
I didn't know that.
It's one of the magic things about Lego.
Where'd the Legos come from? A terrible mistake.
Yeah, I think they were trying to invent some kind of weapon, almost assuredly, and they ended up with Lego.
This is in the show. I promise you, that's in the movie version of this.
I thought your Lego was pretty cool.
It was a rocket ship.
I could tell.
I mean,
Thanks,
not
Tom.
anymore, but yeah, it was.
I know how to rebuild it. I've built that rocket ship many, many times.
So let's have it so that as you're coming back to the car, when I'm there, like the arms, you just like hold your arm out,
Yeah.
and then I'm just there with my arm ready to go.
Yeah.
Materialized. Let's go back to the car, to the yellow K car with
Indeed.
a leather
Beatrice.
interior that has Christmas music wafting out. of it.
Yes. We're just in there rocking.
I get in,
So gentle.
collapse in the driver's seat a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
I fixed it. We have a little bit of work to do, but it's fixed. The police are going to stop looking in a couple of days. I'm probably going to have to spend a little time in Tacoma, where Gravenstein can kind of protect us a little bit while I dig into some charitable donations I've made to the business school at the college that one of the people was wearing a blazer from or jacket from. We'll have to look into where these people came from. And really, the biggest price I have to pay is letting Watcom get the credit for it.
Reasonable. Now, you have not been to Tacoma, Rico, but I assure you it is a wondrous realm.
It's a shithole.
I've heard it was a shithole.
It's a shithole.
But it's exquisite. Now, you might have heard about the aroma. I assure you, it's redolent of spices and richness.
It
Oh, that
smells like
sounds-
rotten eggs.
Really?
All the time, everywhere you go.
Getting mixed signals here. I don't know. It's like one.
Well, you don't have a choice. You're going to need Gravenstein's protection and probably do whatever he asks of you for a couple of days, but the comet will be safe.
We have many friends there, and they will draw you into their bosom. Now,
Are we going together?
I'll all go.
It's a Christmas miracle.
And this will just be while I put word out to my contacts in the education system and see if I can get a lead on these students that jumped you.
no, this is something that I have found quite surprising about this age, Beatrice. But the surveillance state we were all so afraid of these days is self-serve. It should be a trivial matter to discover this Christine,
Yes.
wherever she may lurk.
Yes.
Christine?
I'm sure between the both of us, we can probably find her. But more importantly, Tom, at some point, Watcom is going to want to interrogate you. It's important that we think so that our stories match.
Okay.
That's all.
I can be on the same page. Absolutely. I don't want to get in any more trouble.
That's good. I promised him that there wouldn't be any more trouble and we'd clean up this trouble and that he would get credit for it. Also, there's one more thing. She leaves us till the very end. I'm kind of his partner now. I'm the new Rafe.
Partner?
Well, that was part of the arrangement.
The arrangement.
Oh.
So you don't work with us anymore?
No, I'm still with you guys too. Just
How will that work?
Moonlighting.
How will
I
that-
have a
how will
side
that function?
gig.
A side hustle, as the kids say?
It's
Yeah.
quite a bigger
Does this
step into the
creature? I was
Seattle
ready to
Camarilla.
step in at a moment's notice. Does this creature not horrify and nauseate you?
No, I kind of like him.
Ugh. Ooh. Ooh.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
You mean you weren't playing him earlier?
Well, I was, but then he played me and it was kind of, I liked it.
Oh,
He's very smart.
I don't believe
This
this, at all.
seems unlikely.
He's very ambitious.
Well, this much is
He's
plain.
adventurous.
You're testing me right now,
He's
I feel.
he's
No, you're testing me.
adventurous.
You're trying to see if I'm
Now-
gullible enough to fall for this.
I might give him a nibble.
No. Oh,
She's just saying this to like. I might give him a little.
No. This is not. I'm not falling for this.
Now, Beatrice, to my mind, before we head south to our ancestral home of Tacoma, it seems as though we should make some time, perhaps, for Tom and Beetle. Now that Beetle can deliver his services anywhere, we should make some time for Tom to get what he is owed from Beetle.
Oh, my tattoo.
Bill did say he doesn't like owing me.
Indeed. So
He does owe you a 6-hour session or piece
Yeah.
in a location of your choosing, sensitive areas included.
Oh, okay.
So, to your heart's
So
content.
if you want to get something in the rocket ship region, I suppose you could.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to get my tattoo before I leave. If he can bring the van over.
So if I understand correctly, there's going to be a road trip.
There is
Not
indeed.
too far south. Tacoma is within the hour in ideal conditions. But
Just while we
it
put out
sounds like this
feelers.
coterie is going to relocate temporarily while the heat is on.
It's on the street.
And regroup. Is that what I'm to understand?
Yes.
But first,
Yeah.
there's the
Safe.
matter of your new tattoo to be taken care of.
Yes. I decide I do not want the Evangeline heart
Oh,
tattoo.
you've changed your mind.
I've changed my mind. I thought better of
Are
it.
you going to put it around the bullet hole? Well, the bullet hole is healed, but that
Tattooed
is
around my gun wounds?
Yes.
No, I want, Tom is going to go very teenage angst, I'm a new vampire, and he wants to get a bloody tear that drips like in like 24 frames per second.
Oh, what? No rose?
I got a rose.
Oh yes, that's true. I've forgotten.
Which is Toreador, right?
That is the Toreador clan symbol.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want a bloody tear
Bloody tear.
that actually travels down.
I think
will
Killmeat
step.
will be pretty amused by this.
Is that a 6-hour piece? Because I want to get my money's worth. Like, you know, how long would it take to do a
With the
freaking
animation,
tear?
I don't know.
Like,
Animation.
get something elaborate.
Is that an do we see mortals with
Get one on
animated
both
tattoos,
sides.
or is this going to be another dead giveaway?
They probably
I even say
won't-
out loud.
They probably won't really. My guess is that they'll try to contextualize it in some weird way. But remember, he also had to rub his to change
It's
it.
an interesting question. The only time you saw the tattoos move on his skin as anime is when he touched it, and maybe he was doing something to produce that effect. At all other times, the tattoos looked as static as the ones that you normally see on Tom.
Okay.
So, probably worth asking him when you find him.
Try to practice what I've been taught and be a
At
little
least,
more careful.
at least you know what to look for. A giant kick-ass van that smells like cherry cough syrup, and it has a rather crude vampire
Potions of
smiley
emotion.
face.
But you probably also need a supply for our trip
Well, if we're
south.
going to be going to Tacoma, I might want to get a little
Now,
cherry moon for
now-
the road.
Now, what I was going to suggest, and I want to engage each of you meaningfully, respectfully. The teardrop, I suspect, will not take up the fullness of a 6-hour sit, but it's entirely possible that several 1-hour sits might be appropriate.
We should all get matching tattoos?
And my understanding is that groups of battle-hardened brethren, sisterin, occasionally synchronize their iconography. So, I think a classic Ballard tattoo to celebrate our newfound union. I think that a nautical tattoo in the vein of an anchor might be quite acceptable and tie us into our new home.
I do love
And
it.
Bertram House.
Do I understand that you plan to each get tattooed?
I'm suggesting that we all get the same tattoo in addition to the eyepiece.
So to your special tier.
Sure. I'll get an anchor.
In 6, each of those sits I think can get slotted in. If you agreed to 6.
So, the night's half over. If you want to go off in search of the beetle, that's what you can do to get this taken care of right away.
I think let's get it resolved tonight.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
before we
let's
head
go.
out.
Before
Because
you head
tomorrow
out.
we're out.
And as I'm driving, I say to Jamison, I'm gonna get that other watch.
I reach over. We're in the front seat,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I just reach over and hold your hand.
Now, all good things must come to an end. But before this particular good thing comes to an end, 3 things occur.
Simultaneous.
Oh man.
No,
I was
for
about to
once,
relax.
they do not occur simultaneously. Multiple things do not happen at once. They happen sequentially.
In their time.
The first is a text message from Evangeline to Tom. The text message reads, Jerry kept her word. Now we wait. The next text message. Have you been to a doctor recently by any chance?
Fuck.
It is at this point that I would like to thank my fellow vampire players, Jasmine, Luis, Mike, and Jerry. It has been
Thank
a
you.
privilege and an honor to be your storyteller
Sweet.
in Seattle by Night, Season 2. It's been a wild ride, a wonderful ride. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I love this table, and I'm really upset that it's over.
Oh my god. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you very much.
And thank you all again.
Oh,
You're all
Thank you, team.
amazing.
anytime.
Thank you, family. I'm sure we'll see you
Thank
again.
you, guys. Bye, everybody.